Are you ready, Wendy?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let's start our event today. Good morning,
Mm.
ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the guest lecture Informatics 2025 with the theme Exploring Large Language Model and Evolutionary AI in Modern Research. So it's truly pleasure to have all you heard today, but on honorable guests, lecturers, and students who are joining the inspiring sessions. Let us begin this event by expressing our gratitude to the Almighty God for granting us health and the opportunity to gather together to learn and share valuable insights. So, hello everyone. Allow me introduce myself. My name is Dimas Karwati Saputra from Informatics Study Program, Telkom University, Surabaya campus, and I'm honored to serve as your moderator for today's event. Together, we will exploring the advancement of artificial intelligence and how large language models combined with evolutionary AI are shaping the landscape of modern research. So before we begin, here's the today agenda. The first is singing the national anthem of the Republic of Indonesia and Mars Telkom University. And the second is opening speech. And the third is guest lecture by Miss Tinsar Angwin, Bachelor of Science and Master of Science in Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. And the four is question and answer session. And the five is closing remarks. So, ladies and gentlemen, to begin our event, please sit in an upright positions. Join us to singing the national anthem of the Republic of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya, followed by Mas Telkom University.
Maju dalam ilmu pengetahuan. Teguhkan tekad bersama, padukan langkah, bawa bangsa menuju garis depan. Raih cita rajuk asa, singsingkan lengan, tingkatkan inovasi, unggulan berprestasi. Semua demi keluhuran bangsa, masyarakat adil makmur sejahtera. Laksanakan pendidikan dengan semangat pengabdian, ciptakan kehidupan gemilang. Telkom University, kebanggaan Pertiwi, maju dengan karya, berperan bagi bangsa, bagi Indonesia, bagi dunia.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on the next agenda, we will now hear the opening remark from Muhammad Zulfikar Fauzi, SCOM MCS, as the head of Informatics Study Program, Telkom University Surabaya Campus. Please welcome Muhammad Zulfikar Fauzi, SCOM MCS, with a warm and round applause.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya tidak akan menggunakan bahasa Inggris karena saya kurang bisa, seperti Pak Dimas. Oke, terima kasih kepada Bapak Ibu dosen yang sudah menyempatkan hadir, dan tentunya kepada Pak Dimas yang sudah menyiapkan acara ini, serta kepada Miss Tinzar yang sudah bersedia hadir di tengah-tengah kita kali ini. Saya harap walaupun kuliah tamu ini dilaksanakan di akhir pekan, tentunya tidak akan mengurangi semangat adik-adik untuk belajar, dan mungkin yang mempunyai topik TA yang sejenis bisa nanti mengajukan pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang mungkin belum diulas di perkuliahan, atau mungkin yang belum ada topik TA yang tertarik dengan LMM bisa nantinya untuk bertanya-tanya lebih lanjut tentang topik hari ini. Dan tentunya nanti mungkin ketika ada pertanyaan, barangkali ada ya, nanti akan saya berikan door prize, sebuah pulsa 50.000 untuk 2 penanya terbaik. Nanti disebutkan namanya, NIM-nya, nanti akan dicatat oleh Pak Dimas. Siapa nanti akan mendapatkan, dapat diumumkan langsung mungkin nanti di akhir acara ini, berupa pulsa ya, pulsa transfer nantinya. Dan mungkin kalau nanti ada pertanyaan yang bahasa Inggrisnya juga kurang bagus seperti saya, bisa disampaikan dalam bahasa Indonesia. Nanti kan ada Pak Dimas yang bisa membantu untuk menyampaikan. Oke, begitu saja dari saya. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for the meaningful and inspiring remarks from the head of Informatics Study Programs. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come the highlight of events today. So, the guest lecture sessions is honored to introduce, and our distinguished speakers is Ms. Tinzar Awin, Bachelor of Science and Master of Science in Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. She's an accomplished academic and researcher with expertise in data science and artificial intelligence, focusing on modern developments in machine learning and AI-driven research. So today she will deliver a presence entitled Exploring Large Language Model and Evolutionary AI in Modern Research. Before the speaker delivers her materials, allow me to read her CV first. Yeah. So, okay, she's Tinzar Awin. So we know about international names because sometimes difficult to call her name right. So we call Wendy. Wendy, yes. Lecturer in computer science, AI and NLP researchers. Now lectures in computer science in Stanford International University in Thailand. So yeah, from January 2025 until now. And then LLM project managers in Burmese, LLM remote from January 2024 to January 2025 for a years. And then academic lectures in Kachin Technological College and Seminary in Myanmar, and then English language trainer in Khon Kaen University Library Department in Thailand in February 2023 until April 2023, and then get the Masters of Data Science Artificial Intelligence in Khon Kaen University in Thailand in June 2022 until February 2024 with GPA 3.94 in the best ones, and Bachelor A of Technology in IT in Stanford International University in Thailand in February 2019 until 2021, and then the Bachelor of Science in Information Technological University Mandalay in Myanmar in February 2013 until February 2018. And then selected research is in GPT, fine-tune Burmese models, and optimize latent space representation with meta-heuristic algorithm on topic modeling and optimizations. Is a lot of research and publications from her. So, okay, that's it from me. And please join me welcoming Miss Tinzar Awin with warm round and applause. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Dimas.
Okay.
First of all, thank you for having me for this event. And okay, shall we start the presentations?
Sure, you can start your presentations.
Let me share the slide.
Yes. Yeah. Let's start.
Okay. Can you see the slide now?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So hi everyone. My name is Desa Awit, but you can call me Wendy. So maybe I don't need to repeat the introduction because Dimas already gave a full introductions of me. But if you have a problem in calling me my full name, you can call me Wendy. That's okay. So yeah, so this is our today discussions. The main topic exploring LLM models and evolutionary AI in our modern research. So before I make the presentations, like I was thinking about what I can give you, like when I asked Dimas, like what are the main audiences, like most of them are students. So it came to my mind like I could approach in two perspectives, like because some of the students like they after they finish their degree, so they might work in the actual industries, and some of them they might do the further study, maybe they might study master degree. So I'm going to present in two way for those students whatever they have the purpose after they finish their degrees. So during the presentations, if you have any questions, just interrupt me anytime. If I'm speaking too fast, you can interrupt me. Because sometimes, like, if I am in the mood of like presentations, like I couldn't control, I'm speaking too fast. So don't worry if I'm speaking too fast. Just interrupt me anytime. I don't mind this. Okay. So can I move forward?
Yes.
So let me explain about today's agenda. So as I mentioned before, I decided to split the presentation sessions in two parts. The first part, I'm going to discuss the LLM in the industry. What are we doing? How can we apply LLM model in our actual industry in the workplace? When I explain about this industry, I'm going to share my own personal experience why how I develop the LLM, how I integrate the LLM model in real product, real AI products. This is what you will see in the part one. So for the part one, first of all, we were trying to understand the LLM model first. And then like I'm going to share what are the application that it actually using our LLM models. And next ones, I will try to share the actual projects that implemented successfully in the actual workplace. So I decided to share three main projects. The first one is text generations. The second one is document retrievals, and the last one is the video generation. All of these use cases, it is based on the LLM models. And next one is you are going to see the actual workflows of the AI application, how the AI models, I mean the LLM model integrated in the real world product. This is what you will see in the next points. And the last one is case and career preparations for an NLP engineer. So I believe that some of you might be interested in the LLM model. You might want to be an NLP engineer. So what are the skills that you need to prepare for your career? So this is what I want to highlight in the first part. And next, I'm going to move to the LLM in the research, what we can do in advanced research. So actually, this is too broad because when we talk about the LLM, like we couldn't finish this topic in 1 hour. Of course, like there are too many subtopics, but I would like to focus so I take one of my research. So I'm going to explain what we can do in our LLM research area by combining with the evolutionary algorithms. So this is my actual research that I implemented this. So I'm going to explain these things in detail in the upcoming slides. So this is the step by, I mean, like the research framework that how I developed this headline generation, especially for my language, Burmese language. So you are going to see how I implemented for this framework. So in the second part. Okay. So let's start with the first part, the large language models. I believe like you might be familiar with the word LLMs, right? So this is what we call the language model. So as you know about the language model, of course, what are we going to do? We are going to do the task related to the human language. So actually these LLM models, actually this is nothing. It is kind of AI, advanced AI system, which are trained on an extensive text data to generate the human language. What can we do with this language? We can create the applications like translation applications, text summarization application, of course, the question answering and especially for the generated AI application that we are going using right now, ChatGPT, Gemini, all of these applications, they are based on these language large language models. So actually, this model is shifted from the statistical model that we all know, the machine learning model, to the newer approaches. And lately, this model like can capture the meanings, I mean, like some semantic meanings in the text. So when we use this language model, what we are going to do, we are going to process the language, like because in the language it has the semantics meaning. Semantic meaning it has special feeling, right? So when you have an experience or giving the reviews in some of the website, right? You want to express your feelings. So in that case, our model must detect the feelings of the people. So LLM model can capture not only the word, it can capture the feelings of the human. So this is how we build for the LLM models. Okay, so let me present the some prominent LLM. So maybe you when you see the logos, you might know what is these models, right? So I'm going to show you the logo. Maybe you might give me the response like what type of models, what type of company is that? So have you ever seen these logos before? May I know the branding, I mean the company name. This is one of the famous company that developed one of the LLM, right? The breakthrough LLM, it came from this company. May I know your opinions? Have you ever like seen this logo before?
The GPT.
Yes,
It's
this
an
is
open AI.
this is the this is GPT models which is developed by the open AI company. Right? This is their logo, correct? So and the next one, what about this one? It's let me give you a hint. It start with C. Um, According to my experience, the model from this company are really good at encoding. So if you are working for JavaScript, PHP, like you are doing the web development things, so better you go for these company models. Any idea?
It's clouder. It's clouder.
Yeah, Cloud, yeah. So this is the Anthropic is their company, the name of that model company. And the next one, what about this one? I hope this you will know for sure for this company, for this model. It start with G.
That's
Gemini.
Gemini.
Yeah, this is Gemini who developed Gemini. Which Gemini developed the Gemini. We call it Gemini actually.
It's Google.
Yeah, this is the Gemini models, which is developed by the Google company. This is the next one. This is what the model, which is called the Mistral, right? So this model, which is developed by Mistral AI. So let me show you the last one.
Meta.
Yeah. So this is the logo for the Meta, right? So may I know, do you know like any models from the Meta company? Do you like you might maybe you might see the sheep the logo. So it come along with this the logo Lamar, right? So this is the modern name Lamar, which is developed by the Meta. So as I mentioned here, so GPT-4, Cloud 2, Gemini, Mistral, Lamar, all of them, they are like prominent language model which are actually deploying in their real applications for different purposes. Okay. So next, let me explain the core principles. So if you want to develop the LLM model, what are the basic things that you need to know? Okay, this is what I'm going to explain here. So you might see the cat pictures, right? So may I have your attention now? This is all we need in the LLM models. So let me show you these ones. So the key breakthrough model, which is introduced, is in that research paper. Attention is all you need. So this is the name of the research paper. If you want to step in the LLM world, I suggest you to start with this paper. This is where we start our LLM models. What all we need is just to have the attention. This is happening in the LLM actually. So what we change from the normal deep learning model to the language models, what we do here is we try to capture the meanings of the long sentence because like when we write the language, so we don't use only one or two words, right? It might have more than three, four, five words. Like you can see the long sentence. So as a language model, it has to capture the semantic meaning of these long sentences. So this language model can capture the meanings. The meanings mean the semantic meaning, the feelings of the people that they mention in the text. So this is the efficiency of our language models. So as I suggest if you have a plan to study about the LLM, I suggest you to start with this attentionist or uni research paper. So you might understand the sense of the LLM model from there. And this is the main mechanisms, what we do. So attention. So in the traditional deep learning model, I mean like I and recurrent neural network. So what we do in order to predict the next word, I mean like to get the next word, what we do, we just focus on the one word. So actually, when we talk about the sentence, we cannot focus only on the one word. What we have to do, we have to combine all of the words to present the whole meaning. So this is what a LLM can do. It can focus on the actual meaning of the whole sentence. So if you like write a comment, write a review in one of the movie like you don't like this movie, so LLM can give you this person doesn't like the movie. Of course, they can give the feelings of the people. This is why they are giving that kind of answer, because they use the self-attention mechanisms to capture the somatic feelings of the people. And next one, the third one that we have to keep in mind is the embeddings. And that is another one, position and encoding. What is embedding here? So first of all, we need to know these things. So even not only the LLM model, like every AI model, they cannot read the text for sure. So, but we human give the text as an input, right? If you use the Gemini application, ChatGPT application, you are not giving your query. You're not giving your prompt in the numbers. You are giving in your own language. So in that case, like when you input your prompt to the language model, so there should be a bridge that can transform from the text into the computer understandable, I mean like AI understandable language. This is what we call the embedding. So just to simplify what is embedding here. So embedding is a technique that transforms from the human language into the computer understandable language. This is what we apply one in our as a data in our language models. So after we understand the embedding, so we will move to the positional encodings. So positional encoding means we are giving the numbers. We are giving the position value to the embedding just to capture the meanings of the words, right? So I mean, like when we write the review, like I like this movie. So when we apply the embedding techniques, it is going to transform into the numbers. Number means better. So I like the cat, it is going to transform into the numerical values. So if we use the position encoding, so we are going to give this numerical value with the position number. So the model can understand like which number have the same meaning through these positional encodings. And the next one is the last case, pre-training the fine-tuning. So this is the important topic, because when I work for the company, the junior developer, they are confusing about what is pre-training and what is fine-tuning. They might not have any idea what is this. So let me explain the pre-training. So pre-training means we are training the model from the beginnings using a big extensive amount of the data. So we are training the model to have a good result, to have a good output. And next one is the fine tuning. So fine tuning means, so let's say your company is going to develop the like GPT applications. I mean like for the weather focus. So what we can do, if you have the pre-trained model that you have been trained so long, so you can use the pre-trained model, and then you can update this model to fine tune for your special purpose, for your enterprise purpose. So this is what we are actually doing in the industry. So for when we talk about the industry, like there are some limitation for the startup company. They couldn't invest the money and the time in training the model because it will consume a lot of time and resources. What we can do, we can use these fine-tuning techniques. So we bought the models, the pre-trained model from the high-tech company like from OpenAI, from AWS. We get their model and we try to fine tune. We prepare our own data, like for our specific publics. So we fine tune data on this model just to refine our output quality. So this is the actual difference between the pre-training and the fine tunings. So these are the scales that we need to know if we are working with the LLM model. We first of all, you could start with this transformer architecture, so you might understand like how the LLM models is structured. And the next one, you trying to understand the self-attention mechanisms because we are processing the text, we are processing the sentences, I mean the long sentences. It is important to capture the full meanings of the whole sentence. So these self-attention mechanism, it can give that quality to capture the whole meanings. And the next one is embedding. So how you can change your language, human language, into the numerical vectors that the LLM model can understand. So we have to know this one. And the last one is the law pre-training, the fine-tuning, how you will train your own LLM models. After you train your own LLM model, so how you will fine-tune your pre-trained model for your business purposes. It would be nice if we could know these core principles, so it would be easier for us to work with our LLM models. And next one is the LLM application. Let me explain about the LLM. What are the applications that are using the LLM models? So actually, there are so many services, so many products in the real world that I just trying to summarize here. So when we talk about the text generation, the first one is the text generation. So you might see the GPT. You can see the GPT. GPT is the text generations, generative AI application. Why we say generative AI application? Because it is generating the text. This is what we call the text generation. So I hope all of you might be familiar with the Grammarly AI tools, right? So this is kind of the software that can assist R to write the text. So it integrates the LLM model just to improve the writing quality. This is one of the obvious application that is deploying our LLM models. And next one is the document retrieval, which is called retrieval augmented generation support RAG. This is one of the popular techniques. So what is the difference between normal LLM and the RAG? So if you remember when GPT became popular, there is no options of attaching the file, right? So you can give your query, it can generate the solutions. Right now, like in lately, what we can do, we can attach the documents. So if you attach the document, you can get more accurate answers because they are using the RAG. So instead of asking the GPT without any supporting evidence, if you provide your document, it can give you more accurate answer, more accurate output because we are using that RAG technology to increase the quality of the output. And next one is the information extractions. So I just give you this application I have. So what we can do, you just upload your image or you just upload your data. It can extract your informations. So this is one of the famous applications that we can deploy in the LLM. And next one is the multi-modal application. What is the multi-modal application? So you can see these applications, the title application in and the canvas, right? So what we do, we just combine text, image, audio, all of the application in one, all of the use cases in one place. This is what we call the multi-modal applications. And next one is the developer API. This is, I will explain you in the next slide what we can do with this API, why we need to use the API. You will see in the next slides. So this is one of the application, what I mentioned. So feature information extractions. So what we do, this is what I try to upload one of my one of the image. This is the Puma brand, right? This is the sneaker, this is the shoes. So what this application can give, it can give you the description of the products. So just to get this actual output, what we can do, we can deploy our LLM model to give you the exact instructions of this product. And of course, you can adjust the format of the text that you want to see. You can it can give you like a paragraph styles. If you want to have like change the learning the learning format. So you can change the format. You want to be you want to output your text in the cautious way or the format way. You can change your setting here. So this is one of the LLM applications. And the next ones. So if you scroll your TikTok or your social media, you might be you will see that type of applications, the videos. So which is called short. So that type of application actually they are deploying the LLM model to generate the short videos. So this is the another applications. And the next one is the resource assistance. So this is the what we call the Jenny AI application. What we can do with this application, so you can write your research part research session here. It will give you like the suggestion what you can write in your introduction in your research sessions, or it can also provide the citations when you are writing your research. So this is the title of the what we call the research assistant. It will be very easier for us to manage our research writings. If you compare this application with our normal Microsoft Word, this application is fully support us to finish our work very quickly. So that type of application we use the LLM models. So in the next slide, let me explain my industry experience. So what I did in the LLM company. So there are some limitation here. I couldn't show you the whole workflow for the company confidential. So, but I just want to give you the the workflow what we can deploy in the LLM application. So actually, within 1 year, the company gave me 4 main projects. So the first one is they like to create the applications like social media that is focusing on the social media content generations. So they just want to generate the social media posts in my language, which is my first project. So of course, if you generate the text, if you generate any social media post, it is related to the text generations. So I discussed with the product manager. So I asked then can you provide the budget and the time for us just to train the models, because like they just want to generate the text in my language. So when my Burmese language called the low resources language, you couldn't find that kind of model in the published sources because nobody train on this language. So what we have like English and French, the European language model, which are quite popular. But when it's come to our language, we cannot see the best performance models. So what we can do, I asked the product manager, can you provide the budget and the time for us to train the model from the beginning? So he just said no, they couldn't provide. This is really cost intensive. So I changed my plan. What I do, I just try to fine tune the model. So I use the Mistral 7B. So the model that I show you in the second slide. So I try to use their pre-trained model. I fine tune on this model just to generate the Bami text. So when we trying to fine tune these models, I saw this, the performance is not quite good. If we keep training, I just input the data to the model, I train again and again, it doesn't improve the performance. So I realized that we cannot train the model in the traditional way. So I try to use another technique, which is called the reinforcement learning from the human feedback. So this is the another technique that actually GPT is using. So what we can do with this? So we ask the user to give the query using my applications. So based on that user feedback, so we are asking the user, do you like our output? Do you like our output? If you don't like it, you can thumb down. You can click on the thumb down icon. So by getting that feedback from the user, we can refine our quality, the output of our model. This is how I use to improve our fine-tune model. So after I use these techniques, the performance surprisingly increased. So this is how actually I deploy in the projects of that social media test generations in one of the company. So this is the sample output. I'm sorry, you might not understand my language. But if you see the output, you can see so it can give the my language, which is actually quite good, along with the emojis and along with the hashtags. So this is how we develop as a social media generation applications. This is the sample output. I took it from the applications. And the next one is the video generations. So this is sorry.
Germany and Japan were banned.
So this is what we developed to create the the videos. So what we can do with these applications, so we can generate stories along with the videos background. So just to generate this, what are the tools that I use? I use the models from the OpenAI because we don't have budget to develop our own model. What we can do, we can get their fine-tune model. So TTS is um, the audios models were from from OpenAI, and the LRE it's image models. So I combine these two models and just to generate these short videos. So we can get the audio that you are hearing here. It is from the TTS models. It can generate the audio for the LR. This model it can give the image that you see in these videos. So by combining these two models, I can create the short video like this. Of course, we need to manage to combine all of the image generated from the models and to make as a short video here. But the main concept here is we just use only two models to create the short videos. These two models, they are from the OpenAI. So these are the real application, real project that I developed in the company. But there are some other project, but I'm sorry, I couldn't present it to you because of the confidential information. So what are the skills that you actually needed for the NLP engineer or the AI researchers? So it would be nice if you have the Python programming skills, if you know about the data science library, the PyTorch, TensorFlows, and Pandas and NumPys. So these are the basic technical skill that you should have. And next one is the deployments. So this is the cloud computing skill. What we have to do, we are going to after we prepare the data, we are going to deploy our models. After we prepare the model, we have to deploy. Deployment, we have to use this model in the real application. In that case, we need to have the scales, like the cloud computing scale. Like we have to put the model on the cloud, and the developer, like the other developer, they are going to get this model and integrate in the application. So you should have a scale how to use the AWS services. Of course, you need to know the API. What is the API? Because if you are working in a startup company, so they are not training the model from the beginning. They are going to use the API from the other organizations. So it would be nice if you have the API skills. And other soft skills, you are going to collaborate with the AI product manager. They don't know about the AI. Of course, they just want to see the products. This is their main target. So you might have that communication skill to talk with them. Like sometimes like they just want to see. For me, what I struggle with them is they just told me they just want to see the Burmese text, my language, that they didn't provide anything. So it is not easy for me to process Burmese language because of the limited resources. So we don't have any ready library. We have to prepare from the beginnings. So in that case, you have to discuss with them, like what are the challenges that you are facing. You have to negotiate with them. So this is the skill that you should have. And the next one is you have to keep in touch with the current open releases. Right now, I'm explaining about these model LLM model, but tomorrow we don't know what is the new technology because it is improving too fast. So we have to keep in touch with these open source releases and the updates just to catch with the current trends. And this is the second part. So in the second part, I will focus on the LLM in the research. So as you see here, and our LLM are already integrated in the today AI applications. So, but the research pushes what is possible next. So what is this? So if you are working in the research area, you are going to create the model to be more useful, to be more powerful. This is what we are doing in the research area. So the researchers make the model to be more powerful, the proficient, so the industry, they can use this powerful model in their application. This is kind of transition from the workplace industry into the research area. So let me give you like a small introduction of my one of my research, Myanmar language headline generations that I use um, graph-based neural network. So let me explain about this. So this is my paper, an optimized headline generation framework for Burmese language. I use the graph embeddings. You might remember the embedding. What is the embedding? It is transforming from the text into the numbers. In that case, I use the graph stretchers instead of using the normal traditional way. And I combine this graph embedding with the LSTM models. So my goal is just to generate a meaningful Myanmar new headline, the titles. So this is my approach. The approach is quite simple. So I try to change my Myanmar text, the text into the graph fonts. And I combine this graph embedding in the LSTM structure. This is what I did. So there are some challenges I face when I implementing this framework. So this Burmese language is a low resource language. So there is no proper structure for the data. We have to create our own data. We have to annotate the data. We have to fix the data manually, like for the millions of rows before we go to the data model training. This is the actual challenge that I face. So this is how I convert the text into the graph forms. So why I use this graph embedding? Because of our language. So we don't have NLP library, NLP2 to process the data. So when it comes to the English language, there are so many libraries that we can use. But when it comes to my language, so when I plan to process my language, there is no resources at all. So what I can do, I think about is I just try to change the text into the graph. So it will be easier for the model to capture the meanings. So I have sentences. Let's say in my data, there are sentences. So I change each of the sentence as a node in the graph. So I try to measure the distance between the nodes using the cosine similarity. So if the two node has the close cosine similarity, it means these two sentences have the same meaning. So I try to combine them. This is how I did in my framework. This is the main concept. So this is the pipeline. First of all, I collect the data, I clean the data. So when I collect the data, what I did, I try to use the word scraping. I try to scrap the data from the news websites, and I got the data. I try to process the data. And next one is sender tokenization. Tokenization means I try to split the sentences in a proper structure. After I split the sentence into the words, so what we can do, I can create these graph structure, graph constructions. After I create the graph construction, what I did, I try to rank the feature. Which feature has the higher ranks? I try to list out there. And then in the next step, I try to create my models, LSTM models, just to generate the framework, just to generate the headline. So just to evaluate the performance, I use this Rauch metrics. What is the Rauch metrics? I will explain here. So when the model generate that headline, so what we are going to do, we are going to measure how similar its output to the real text in the data. So this is what Rauch can do. So as a matrix, I use this Rauch just to check the similarity between the model output and the text output in the data. So our architecture LSTM combination with the graph embeddings can achieve like superiority, and it can generate the Burmese text very well. So when we compare the performance with traditional model and then RNN, recurrent neural network, and GRU, it outperform for this baseline compared to these baseline models. So and then I try to text the generate the output. It can give me the meaningful headline for the news. So this is our model performance. It can achieve the some of the benchmarking algorithms. And next one, I would like to move to the evolutionary AI. What is the evolutionary algorithms? So evolutionary algorithm actually the computer program which is inspired the biological evolution. What is the biological evolution? How living things improve over our generations, right? In our real world, how we develop our living standards or generation by generations. So inspiring this behavior, we implemented it in our in optimizing in our models. So what we can use with this evolutionary AI, so we can use the hyperparameter optimizations. So when we create the model, of course, there are some hyperparameter, which is called learning rate, number of layer, or the batch size. It is really hard to decide which number is fitted in our model. In that case, what we can use these then evolutionary models just to decide the learning rate for our model. So instead of guessing the numbers by ourselves, we can use the evolutionary AI to give them an accurate answers, to give the accurate number for that. So this is how we combine the evolutionary AI algorithm with the language models. So this is another integration that we can think about in our modern research, what we can do, adaptive fine-tuning. Like I explained before, if you want to fine-tune a model for your business purpose, you don't need to do it manually. What we can do, we can integrate these evolutionary AI just to adapt the fine-tuning in their own way. And next one, automated data collections. What we can do, like if you are training the models, you might decide the sample size. So in that case, just to decide the sample size, so you might use this evolutionary AI just to decide the sample size for your AI application for your AI models. So let me conclude today's sessions. What I discussed about the things. So according to the examples that I presented here, so you might see LLM model actually transform in both like industries and research area. So for the young learners, so it would be nice if you have the technical skills. So if you know how to train the model, how to evaluate the model, how to deploy the model, it would be highly value for you for your career preparations. So, and the next one is you have to think about the combinations of the LLM model with the optimization. Like for me, in this presentation, I explained about the evolutionary AI. So how you can optimize your model, how you can improve your model by combining with this the evolutionary algorithms. So thank you for your listening. So this is all about my presentations. If you have any question, if you have any confusing point, you can point it out to me and you can shoot me the questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Wendy, for such an insightful and inspiring presentation. So we will now proceed to the question answer sessions. Everyone, you can ask the questions. Please, you can write your questions in column chat. Okay. This is the first question. As a college student, what is the best way to start learning about the topic? Are there any open source tools or projects you can recommend for studies who want to experiment in this area? Thank you. This is the first
Okay.
question.
Okay, thank you, Dimas.
Hmm.
So I would suggest if you want to start this topic, I hope you means the LLM. So I suggest you to read that research paper, Attentions Are Unique, because why am I suggesting you? It is important for you to know about the transformer models. So after that, if you have a programming skill, after you read the research paper, after you comprehend about the research that attention or unique paper, you can go to YouTube and you can find that how to fine tune GPT. So this is where you can start your coding. So you might have a sense. So how the LLM model actually working in the real world. So my suggestions for you is just start reading the attention is all you need paper. Try to understand the attention mechanisms, encodings, and the transformer. After you understand these basic foundations, you can start coding. You just to start the coding, you go to the YouTube. There are a lot of videos, tutorial videos, how to fine tune GPT model. Just find how to fine tune GPT model. If you are working in Python language, you can type how to fine tune GPT model in what is this called in Python language. So you can start coding. So there are a lot of tutorial you can go through. So this is my suggestions.
Is it enough, Arif?
Is it?
Maybe you
Thank
can
you.
write. Hmm?
Maybe I want to ask something again.
Yep,
Can I?
sure. Yep, sure.
Yeah. Any recommendation, books recommendation about this topic, maybe?
Um, to be honest, I'm not a book person. What I did because I don't go through the books. So I suggest you to go through the YouTube tutorials. Um, it would be faster for you. If you read the book, you will not reach to the actual scales. You ended in reading the books according to my experience. So what I did, I try to read the try to understand the basic foundations, and I go to the YouTube and I start writing the code. It will be and then you after you finish the code, so you can get your own project and you can put it in your portfolio. So this is what actually I did. So if you keep reading the book, you try to understand the things. You are not doing the things. So better you go for the YouTubes. You can write like a large language models, how we can start training the large language model. It will pop up many videos. If you're a beginner, you can type for the beginner. You can start anything. And my suggestion is just to start writing the code. So you will see the actual effort that you did. But if you keep reading the book, you are going to immerse in reading the book. That's it. So my suggestion is go for the YouTubes and uh, just start one tutorials, the codings. Like they explain everything from the beginning. You just follow tutorial line by line, and then you can implement it on your own. Yes.
Okay,
Did
thank
I
you so much.
answer your questions?
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Tinzaren. Sartimas.
Do we have another questions? Oh, we have another one. For companies that are just beginning their AI journey, which is the best opportunity for you?
Opportunity, yes. No, just profit, positive, efficient workplace for their employees.
You
Answer
can move
it.
forward to see the more. Oh, okay. I think in your question there are uh two main points. You're asking me the biggest opportunity that I see to use LLM, like what type of application if we develop, what are the benefits that we can get from the products, right? So this is what I understand from the first question. So it depends on your company actually. So there are so many things that we can work with the LLM. Let's say, so if you are interested in your diet plan, so actually you can create the application. You ask the user just to take their meals, and your application can give the calorie consumptions. This is what we can do. So there are so many things that we can do in the what we can do. You can listen to that the business market, what they are training now. So you can think about how we can combine this concept with our LLM models. We can do anything with the LLM model. This is what we can do. So what could be the more profited product? I couldn't say, because every product, it can benefit from the AI. So this is what you have to listen to the your business targeted user, and you can implement this. And next one, the critical challenge. I did not include that topic in the presentation because, like, right now we are facing the issue which is called the responsible AI. So if you observe in the GPTs, it is mentioning that AI can give you the fake solutions. They acknowledge this. So these are the main challenges, how we can develop the AI to be responsible. So sometimes our AI can give the fake solutions. So fake solutions, sometimes aggressive solutions. So it is when we develop these things, we are going to be careful with these things, not to output the aggressive output to the user, not to suggest that type of gambling suggestion to the user, that type of output reaction to the user. This is what we are facing. We are trying to train the model to be more responsible, to more support for the user. This is the current challenging for us.
Is it enough?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Miss Tinzar, for the insight answer you gave to us. Thank you.
My pleasure.
It's this the third questions. In an era where LLM models with very large parameters are being built everywhere, and open source models are also widely available, should our learning focus be more on fine-tuning, evaluation, and deployment, or should we still be able to build our small LLM? Thank you.
Okay. So okay, this one is hard questions. I couldn't say you can start with your own LLM. I couldn't say, because it depends on your ability, your uh how to say, your resources that you have. But what I can say right now, developing the LLM from beginning, from the scratch, it is really time consuming. So I used to invest my time and resources over a year to develop one good LLM. But over half of the year, I don't see any improvement at all. So I try to give up on this, because I use like resources just to improve the model. I train the model every day. So I try to adjust the model. It hasn't improved at all. I know the reason why the model is not improving, because we need quality data. So I couldn't afford myself to prepare the quality data for my language. So just to receive a quality data, we have to do everything in manual way. We have to clean the data. So this is the weakness of the not having the quality data. It's my weakness. So it doesn't improve the models. So if you just step in the LLM model, first of all, you try to find the pre-trained model. You go for the hacking phase, HUGGING hacking FAC phase websites. So you will see open source LLM model. So you can get their fine-tuned pre-trained model, and you prepare your own data and try to fine-tune on it. So if you see your effort, if you see your actual results, you will get motivated and you want to move forward. So if you start with you creating your own model, if you don't see the real results, so you are going to get depressed. So I have been working on this model. It doesn't improve at all. So my suggestion, according to my experience, start with training. The fine tuning the pre-trained model. After you get understood about the fine tuning and pre-training and this transformer model, you can move to your own model.
Okay, is it enough, Rio? Okay, thank you so much. Is there any questions from everyone? Maybe you can directly open your microphone. You can ask directly, or you can write your questions in column chat.
Yeah, I suggest you everyone to speak up because if you want to become a data scientist and research, you have to ask a lot of questions. You cannot keep silent. If you keep silent, you are not going to get your expected output. This is what I face. Like before, I don't maybe I don't speak, like I don't discuss anything. I listen to what they want. I try to implement it. I don't respond to any of their queries. But lately, I realized that I have to speak up. If I say yes, if saying yes, it would be I will get trouble. So I started speaking up. So my life became easier, and of course, my products it is improving. Actually, it's kind of related. So I suggest everyone to speak up. Don't be shy. Like we are just actually I'm also a learner. Everyone is learning. Like um for some of you, you might know more about me about the LLM more than me. So you can share your idea too. I can learn from you, from all of you.
Student still a student, right? They be shy about the questions maybe sometimes because the English, right? So student
Okay.
still a student, same. You can you know what I mean? Because student is still a student.
Yeah.
Because
But
yeah, sometimes about the language. Because yeah, it's okay, but we can learn together. It's okay. Just don't be shy with your language. It's okay. So that's if you want ask the questions, everyone, you can ask her anything about LLMs. You can write or you can press hand, you can ask directly. It's okay.
so they are studying computer science, right? The students.
Yes, informatics. Informatics same with computer science sometimes, but the focus not in mathematic modeling, but in code. Yeah, but in computer science we a lot of mathematics, right?
Yeah, but don't be so nervous if you don't study, if you're not good at maths, if you don't study maths before. It's okay. I have some friend who just came from civil engineering in data science. They are really good at in the companies. Like they are actually building the application. Because what I'm saying that now we have our generative AI, right? All you need to have is your idea. If you have your idea, if you couldn't write the code, you can ask the generative AI to generate the code. But of course, you might have the ability to read the code. right? So don't worry if you don't have any mathematics, no, but it would be nice if you have it, but don't depress that if you don't have it, you can do it because we have that supported AI.
Yes, that's right. Sometimes we can try to start to learn something.
Yeah.
So, Wendy, what's projects now? What's projects that you have right now?
Now I'm doing working on one of the research papers for feature selections using one of the evolutionary AI.
Hmm.
This is what I'm currently working on.
Hmm.
Um, I try to train the models just to get the expert output. So you see, like in the LLM, we have high dimensional data. This is the main issues. So even LLM model, they couldn't handle these high dimensional data. So what we can do, I try to reduce the dimensions with the help of the evolutionary AI algorithms. This is what I'm currently doing this.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting because like high dimensional data is the big problem for everyone. Everyone researchers is the big problem for now.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that kind of high dimensional data, it can impact on the quality of the data. So it would be better if we can reduce the dimensions. I think the model performance can be improved.
Hmm. So it's maybe the question for me, what is the main challenge here? What is the main challenge when someone takes LLM, the topic for the research?
Can you repeat it again? I don't catch you. Sorry.
What is the main challenge if someone takes LLM for the research?
Um, the main challenge, it depends on the data that you have. So for me, if you're working on the low-level languages, I mean like Indonesian language,
Yep.
uh, like Laos, Burmese, we don't have like ready to uh, use library, not like English language. So to process that our language, it is very hard for us to create a quality data. This is the first challenge that you are going to face. So for my language, this is how we write. Like we in English, we have one word, two word, three word. By combining the word, it became a sentence, right?
Mm.
But in my language, if you combine two words, if you combine three words, if you combine two words, it will have one meaning. If you combine three words, it have different meanings. So how we can process this? This is actually a challenge for the what is called the LLM. So if you can parse this data, so the next model training is actually nothing. So we can construct the models using LST and LLM. It depends on your ideas. But if you have that data, so you can train your model very
Okay. That's it. That's good things. That's very interesting because the problem is about the data, right? Is the data
yeah.
is the big problem for us
Yeah.
because sometimes we are like, yeah. Sometimes I give information to my student, right? You can
Mhm.
find the data first, and then
Yeah.
you can process your data, right? Oh, okay. This is the problem. Oh, this is the problem. So this is the problem. So okay.
Yeah, this is the issues. Like when they process, they are asking me how we can process this data. Should we read them manually? Because we don't have like the ready to use resource. Of course, they have to read every lines manually to process the data. This is all we have to do with our low resource languages.
Yep.
But lately you will see the DeepSeek. I'm not sure for your language. it's really good in my language. How I don't know how they develop but I heard this DeepSeek is from China, so maybe they might hire the ASEAN peoples just to develop the model. So the DeepSeek model they are really good at in our ASEAN languages. So they might have something the model, but they didn't publish. Of course, they publishes it will be trouble, right? So they just keep it for the business.
Yep, interesting. So this is the last question from Rio, right? Are professional chatbots no longer relevant today? Shall we now move to chatbots that can be integrated with LLM? What do you think about synthetic data being generated and the results being used for fine-tuning?
Oh yeah, this is what I mentioned, the chatbot. So AI integrated chatbot. Yeah, the traditional chatbot, what we can do, we feed the data. So the chatbot can give you the data you have put in the database, right? If you ask another question, it cannot give you the solutions. But if you integrate with the LLM models, so you can create the AI-driven chatbot. So what we can do in that, if you want to create a chatbot, you can use the GPT model, which is free. Because like GPT 4.5 it's not free, but there are some GPT models. So you go for the hacking phase website and you try to find the GPT models. So it will give you the stretch out how you can create the chatbot using their pre-trained models. What you have to do is you need to get the code and you can implement it the own chatbot. And then after you find your own pre-trained models, what you can do, you can prepare your data. Let's say you want to create a chatbot for your university to give the inquiry for the students. So you have to prepare the data. What you have to think about what are the queries and what are the response you have to prepare to train the model. So in that case, if I were you, I'm going to prepare a data that have two columns. The first column, we are going to collect all of the questions. And in the second column, I'm going to add the response. So after we prepare this data, you can use this data to fine tune on the GPT model. So it becomes your the chatbot that can answer your university queries. So this is how you integrate the GPT model combining with your prepared data to generate the university related queries.
Yep. Is it enough, Rio? Okay, thank you so much, Wendy. So it's a lot of questions from students, not too much, but yeah, it's okay lah. But a lot of questions from it's very interesting for the presentation today. You can give your closing statement maybe to them. You can give maybe like closing statement to them, our students.
Oh, okay. So whatever I have that kind of lecturer presentation, I encourage the students not to end it in reading the research paper, start the coding. So this is how you if you move like procrastinate to write the code, you will not reach to your point. You are going to keep reading the books, the research paper. So trying to start writing the coding. So, and if you don't know about the codings, if you don't know about the mathematics, so you can start today. You start learning today and you start writing the code. And what I suggest you is to start writing the code. This is the main things. So because if you are working, if you apply for that company, if you're working in the industry, they are going to ask you, you can write the code. Can you read the paper? They are not asking this question. They are going to ask you how many projects did you complete it? Can you write Python programming? Can you use the AWS service? Can you use the Docker image? These are the skills that they are going to ask. Even in the modern research, when you are doing the experiment, you need to write the code. You cannot give the paper that you read. You have to implement the code. So my suggestions for you is start learning the code and start writing the code to reach our target.
Okay, thank you so much, Wendy. Yeah, let's start the code. Start the code.
Start the code.
Yeah,
Okay.
start the code. Start write the paper. Read the paper.
I read the paper.
Right. Yes. Thank you so much, Wendy. So give
Okay.
applause to her. Okay.
Thank you, Dimas. Thank you for having me for these presentations. Okay, it's really
Yes.
nice to meet all of you, even though you are closing your videos.
Okay. Thank you to all participants for your thoughtful question and active engagements. So once again, thank you for Miss Wendy for the valuable answer and insight. So give applause one more time. Okay, give applause one more time. Okay. So before we close our event today, so we would like to all participant lecturers and our speakers to join our group photo sessions. Please turn on the camera first. Maybe you can finish your presentations, Wendy. Share screens. Close your share screens.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Maybe everyone can open the camera. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Iya bisa dinyalakan kameranya, terserah kalian mau dalam posisi seperti apa. Kita akan foto bersama. Ya usah kayak gitu ya, tolong jangan bikin malu saja. Ayo, please turn on the kamera. Oke. Wah, ada 3 slide nih masalahnya. Oke, kita akan foto dari slide pertama. We can take a picture from the first slide first. So, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the second slide. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, and one more time. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much.
It's really nice to meet you, Aura.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Yes, Uni?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached in the end of our guest lecture Informatics 2025. We express our deep gratitude to Ms. Tin Sarawin or Ms. Wendy for sharing her expertise and to all participants for joining us today. So may this event inspire new innovation and research in the field of artificial intelligence, especially in LLMs. And don't forget, fill the attendance list, use the link provided in the chat columns. And I'm Dimas Karolati Saputra as your moderator. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much, Wendy.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
I can leave now.
Yeah, you can leave. It's
Okay,
okay. Thank
bye-bye,
you so much.
Dimas.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Wendy.
Bye-bye.
Jangan lupa isi presensinya, teman-teman ya. Jangan lupa isi presensinya, teman-teman. Silakan presensinya ada di kolom chat. Jangan lupa dikasih juga sarannya sama topik untuk berikutnya. Terima kasih.